I watched a movie not today, not hours before the podcast. I watched a movie the day before.
Cool. And you finished it?
So I finished it and I paid attention.
Ooh.
I wasn't distracted by social media or show notes or other show notes or sports. I watched sports before. So I watched Don't Look Up.
Oh, very nice.
Finally, this movie came out in what, December?
And this is a long movie, too.
It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. That is super long.
So it was like
It's good, though.
9:30 till about, was it 9:30? Math. 10:30 to 12:15 is when I watched this movie last night.
Sleeping the whole time.
Peter was sleeping. He was not looking up. Okay, what I like about this movie is satire. It's Adam McKay's a director, and the plot of the movie is basically that scientists find out that there is a comet coming towards Earth that's going to destroy Earth. Now, instead of just telling the general public, governments and media are trying to spin it and make it very lighthearted and try and divert the attention from the fact that we're going to die in a couple months. So Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are the two scientists who figure out the path of the comet. And so, during the movie, it takes a while for them to get in front of the media. They get media training. They have to meet with the president, the presidential staff, and the presidential staff is like, are you sure this is real? How do we do this? Until it affects their political campaign. So this movie touches on real life scenarios where politics control the narrative of the news that we hear. So here
politics and capitalism.
Yeah, exactly, capitalism, because behind that we have this Apple-esque owner, and
Apple's like, he was a mixture of like, I feel like Bezos, fucking Elon Musk, like that guy. I don't know if you had that look opened up, but that guy was hilarious. He was like my favorite part of this movie.
He was in Ready Player One, and he's oh my gosh, he's like the main guy. He's I forgot his name in Ready Player One. What's his name in this one? Peter Eshwell. Mark Rylance. Do you know
That's his name?
Yeah, Mark Rylance is the actor, and he just his mannerisms. Like, he just comes in. He has this new software that he's like, oh yeah, we could just read your autobiography and the rest of your life and blah blah blah, and then just walks off stage and doesn't give a shit about anybody else around him.
Yeah,
all these little girls are like showing off his software in this press conference, and they're like, Mister, I have a question. He's like, nope. Yeah. Goodbye. Yeah. During this,
but it's so like subtle. Like, it's not like quite like how do you describe it? I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's just like, I don't have time. Sorry. But in a nice tone.
Yeah. And he just like rambles off and trails off talking about the most random shit.
Yeah.
But he's intelligent enough, but he's not intelligent enough. Basically, the president is trying to get her ratings up. She's a female president and she's up for re-election. So she either finds a way to turn this comment into spin it with the media and involve capitalism. So this Apple company stops their entire plan to destroy the comet, but capitalize on it and resource its materials before it hits Earth and destroys Earth. And you're just watching the public like, oh yeah, this is fine. No, this totally makes sense. Like, this is okay. We should do this. Yeah, no, we're going to get rich off of this. Meanwhile, Leo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence are, what were they calling them? What were they saying? They were getting them off the grid or something. Whenever they would say something that would go off the narrative, they would just like put a bag over their head and just shush them off.
Jonah Hill's in this movie.
Oh, dude, Jonah.
He cracks me up.
He's the president's son.
Is that who he is?
Yeah,
but he's like the advisor to her.
Yeah, he's on the cabinet.
I didn't realize that. Are you sure he was the son?
He was the son, yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but the satire in this movie is just, it's amazing.
It's funny because, this, like I said, it's Adam McKay. It's not like slapstick comedy. It's make you think kind of comedy, and it's,
yeah.
You see Leo DiCaprio is this dorky Dr. Randall. He's this dorky scientist at first, but then the media starts spinning him to be the sexy scientist, and he's just like, and then he starts taking on this persona while the rest of his team is like just shunned away. And Jennifer Lawrence is like, "What the hell? I'm not the crazy one. I'm the one trying to save people's lives over here."
Yeah, everyone. I thought I loved everyone's stories, how they made it through. Like I watched this with my wife, and like we started hating Leo's character in it, and then by the end though, like, which the ending is just bonkers, that we're just like looking at each like, is this really how this is gonna end? Seriously?
No spoilers, please.
I know, that's all I'm gonna say, but it was just like I wasn't expecting that, even though I probably should have. So
it was a good movie.
Yeah,
it was a fantastic movie. I think the main plot, along with each character's subplots, blended really well with this film, and it just you were intrigued throughout the whole time. I mean, dude, this had a good cast. It had Jennifer Lawrence, Leo DiCaprio, it had Jonah Hill, it had Tyler Perry, it had Timothy Chalamet, the dude from Dune, apparently, who has 5 nominations in the Oscars right now.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh, yeah,
That's impressive.
Yeah, and he's in this movie, he's nominated for one of them. And dude, he's like a small character in this movie.
Ron Perlman's in this.
Ron Perlman's in it.
It's pretty fun too.
You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of a serious version of Mars Attacks. Like the comet is aliens coming in, and the rest of these characters are trying to stop the Martians from coming in.
Yeah, I can see that.
If they replace like the comet coming to Earth and did it with the Martians, this would be Mars Attacks 2022.
But I mean, it's such the satire though. Like, I mean, everything I saw in this, I'm like, holy shit, this is so much like real life.
Yeah.
Like that's what I could not get that out of my head. Like everything they did, I was just like, I absolutely could see this happening, or I have an example of what's happening. It's nuts, especially with COVID.
Yeah.
Like, sure, this is a meteor, like, but like shit that happened during COVID, like it's relevant for this. And you got Ariana Grande. Like, I mean, the amount of stars in this film is just
Kate
outrageous.
Blanchett.
Yeah.
She was a media co-host of like this daily show that's like on Fox or CNN or something with Tyler
She
Perry.
did a great job.
Meryl Streep is a president, and she's funny. Like I like when she's on screen and she's just like, yeah, I used to hide that I'm a smoker, but now I'm just gonna smoke.
Yeah,
and
that people actually liked it.
Her
polls went up or something.
And her entire purpose is basically like get her back in the polls because she had a lot of controversy. So, overall, collectively, like everybody worked really well together.
Yeah, I liked it. The one thing I wish there was probably a little bit more Jay Lawrence in it. Like I feel like she kind of got kicked out a little bit throughout it. I mean, like she's still relevant, but I thought she's gonna have a much bigger role in this.
Yeah, she did get kicked out quite a bit.
So,
but when they brought her back,
yeah,
in a way, I saw her attitude. Like her initial fine to what she had to show in media, and then like after certain events, she was just like,
yeah, for her arc, it made absolutely sense.
Right.
Like it's very well written. I applaud you, Adam McKay. It deserves to be in the Oscars. That's why I'm going to be rooting for this one anytime it's nominated, because it is really good, and I think it sends a kind of an important message out there. So
watch this one, Evan. Highly recommend it. Danny, you already watched it. Everybody else, Dad, watch this one. It's not a trick.
Not a trick.
This was recommended by my brother. He actually watched this, and he has a completely different viewpoint of these movies. He's like, I didn't like it.
Oh, he didn't like it, really?
Well, he thought it was going to be more serious, and Leo was going to take on more of a serious role. But
did he watch the trailer?
I was like, dude, this is. Anytime you see Jonah Hill, it's going to be somewhat funny, somewhat satire, So
I mean, I don't. He is kind of goofy, but that's not always the case. But like, dude, if you watch this trailer, like you kind of knew like it was gonna be a little bit silly. Yet still, just how it progressed through the film is they pulled it off really well. So
they pulled one out, Peter or Evan.
They sure did.
You know what time it is. It's time to support the show. Subscribe, rate, review, tell your friends. Tell our friends. Go to our website, bmoviesbeyond.com. Go to YouTube for the latest reviews, trailers, and news. Subscribe and click the bell. And then follow us on all the socials. We got Insta, we got Twitter, we got the Facebooks. And we're trying to find our MySpace page, but it's kind of lost in the depths.
I lost that password.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's either in the AOL or the MSN email.
Okay.
But I haven't found the free trial discs to put into an old, obsolete tower. So buy us new computers so we can
move on past our discs and floppy disks.
Yeah.